you can do is that you can just very simply upload all the papers that you have in your already in your reading list that may lie on your computer, on your desktop, on your laptop, or it may be lying in some reference manager file, or it may lie on your Google Drive, wherever you are used to keeping them. You can just bring them over here, where all those papers which relates to this particular to that particular project which you have created, right? And so that's how it gets populated. And so this is pretty much it. So this is how it all starts. This is where it all begins, right? And then, so now the question is, imagine that, as you can see that I have so many papers in my reading list, right? As you can see. So many, actually. And many of them I have already read. Many of them I've read a long time back, maybe some 4 months back or 5 months back. Many of them I have still to read. I'm still not read. It's just in my to-do list. Some of them I'm currently reading, right? So that's kind of like how it will be for all of us, actually. Now the question remains that, and this is where a lot of people have issues, especially people who are new to research, because I'm assuming that we have a mixed crowd today. So I'm trying to bring all the different aspects of literature survey. So the first question that comes in my mind is like, okay, all right, so I've gotten so many papers, many of them have been suggested by my supervisor also, or my professor. Now what? I have to start somewhere, right? Now and I have to also decide very quickly which one to read, right? So a standard 5-minute recipe is a very standard 5-minute recipe, is that the very first thing is elimination, which means you first have to figure out which are the papers that you are not going to read, right? So what you can do is that you can go by impact factor. That's a generic standard, or you can also look for what we call as SchemaGo SJR ranking, and I will be sharing you with the link of SJR ranking. But what happens in SJR ranking, so I don't know how many people are familiar with SchemaGo. So this is SJR ranking. And what you can do is you can choose your particular area. Let's say my area is computer science, and I can choose a particular subdiscipline of computer science. And then what I can do is I can choose whether I am interested to look into the top journals or the top conferences, so let's say journals. And then what happens is I can choose since when do I want to look into how popular which journal is. So let's say since from 2017 onwards, I want to see. And then I can see that, I have the SJR metric, I have the H-index metric. So in terms of H-index metrics, I can see, okay, so in IEEE transactions on image processing is in number 1. Then ACM transactions on graphics is in number 2. This is for computer graphics and computer design, okay? And so on. And you can keep going on, and you can keep seeing like where do they stand in terms of the ranking. And you can also download it as an Excel sheet for your own purpose, depending upon which, or you can also search a particular journal by the title, or by the publisher name, or by the ISSN, and you can figure out what is the ranking, or what is the H-index or the SJR ranking of that particular journal. And if you want to know more about SJR or H-index, what they are and how they are different than impact factor, you can look it up. It's quite simple, actually. SJR is more like how Google PageRank algorithm works, sort of. So now coming back to the point. So that's kind of like, and what you can do is you can put a threshold for yourself, and definitely consult your advisor.